the first President's Scholarship Celebration. My name is Linda Loray, and I'm Director of Institutional Advancement here at STAC. This event celebrates the many deserving STAC students who receive scholarships and the amazing and generous donors who support our students through scholarships. Scholarships are so critically important to our students. Scholarships allow students to concentrate on their studies and maximize their college experience through service learning, internships, community service, and volunteer experience without fear of financial burdens. I would like to thank President Ken Daly for his encouragement and support of this event. I would also like to thank our Board of Trustees, President's Council, alumni, and our many friends who generously donate to help our students through their educational journey. We hope you find the next 30 minutes to be a testimonial to the power of philanthropy. You will hear from President Daly as he talks about the financial challenges our students face every day, trustees and donors on why they serve on the St. Thomas Aquinas Board and why they chose to support our students through scholarships, administrators who witness firsthand the impact of scholarships, faculty who support and celebrate our students' accomplishments, and of course, our fabulous students who will share what scholarship has meant to them. So please enjoy the program, and once again, a huge thank you to all of our supporters. And now, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you the president of St. Thomas Aquinas College, Ken Daly, accompanied by student Annabelle Garcia, class of 2021.
Thank you, Linda, and good evening. It is a privilege to welcome all of you to our first ever President's Scholarship Celebration. Tonight, I am pleased to report that all of the proceeds we raise will go directly towards supporting our students with scholarships at this much needed time. As you know, this has been a very difficult year for everyone, but especially for college students who are navigating through their education during a global pandemic. Having said that, I am so proud of how resilient and how respectful our students have been as together we've safeguarded our campus. But they need your help. They need your help now more than ever to help them stay in school with financial support. And now, to tell you how important your support is, I am pleased to turn it over to one of our students, Annabelle Garcia. Annabelle?
Thank you, President Daly. I'm happy to be here with you today. I'm currently a psychology major and a business minor, and a resident assistant on campus. I am the recipient of a scholarship award, and it has allowed me to get my Bachelor's of Science in Psychology in May. I'm very happy and grateful for all the donations. Thank you.
Thank you, Annabelle. And on behalf of Annabelle and of all of our students, thank you for your generous support and for giving the greatest gift of all, the gift of education.
Thank you.
Thank you, President Daly. I feel privileged to be with you here today for this very special celebration. How wonderful it is to have the opportunity to recognize the generosity of our benefactors and to celebrate our student scholarship recipients and their many contributions. I have had the privilege to serve on the St. Thomas Aquinas College Board of Trustees since 2014. I still remember for the first time hearing about STAC from a colleague and dear friend. And I remember how excited I was to hear about the vision, the mission, and to learn more about the leadership of this amazing institution. Through the years, I've had the opportunity to serve on the Academic Affairs Committee, on the Student Development Committee. I've had the opportunity to meet faculty, my fellow trustees, and I've had the privilege of spending time with our students meeting them at different events. I even had the chance to teach in one of the business classes where I had the chance to hear from the students one-on-one about their struggles, their fears, and to hear their success stories. A short time after I made the decision that there was no better place for me to donate my money than to St. Thomas Aquinas College. So I set up a scholarship fund, and this is something I am so proud of because I know that my donation will not only help current students, but will help students in the future for years and years to come. So when people ask me why STAC, the answer is simple. Everyone who's associated with STAC, from the president to the faculty, to the administrative staff, to the coaches, to the security staff, everyone is fully dedicated to providing our students with a quality education in a safe environment where they could grow and learn and become the future leaders of tomorrow. So for me, this is a great opportunity to pay it forward. So at this time, I would like to introduce my fellow trustee and friend, Mrs. Janet Charles.
Thank you, Irene. During my years as a trustee, it has been my pleasure to be a part of the growth of St. Thomas Aquinas College. From the new majors and minors, the new facilities, the student success and empowerment stories, and more importantly, the seamless transition of presidential leadership. The journey for me has been one of pride and passion. Since I serve on both the Development Committee and the Student Development Committees of the Board, I have a unique perspective on philanthropy at STAC. My work on the Development Committee allows me to help make decisions on fundraising initiatives to help better support our students. Also, my involvement with the Student Development Committee allows me the opportunity to see firsthand the impact of financial support in the lives of these students. I am often impressed with the student stories of scholarly research, community service, student teaching, art, poetry, and writing. I also serve as a liaison to the Social Justice and Equity Forum. The SJE Forum provides a safe space for students of all backgrounds to be able to meet and discuss social issues that they care about. During this program, you will hear from students on the impact scholarship has made in their lives. You find that when the burden of financial concerns is lifted, students have the freedom to focus more on their studies. Overall, scholarships play a very important role in making STAC more accessible and more affordable. And it also paves the way for students to be successful in both their pursuit and the completion of their degree. It is my hope that you will join me in my philanthropy to St. Thomas Aquinas College to give all students an opportunity to reach new heights. I thank you in advance for taking the opportunity to consider making a scholarship donation to St. Thomas Aquinas College. Thank you.
The opportunities at St. Thomas Aquinas College for students to succeed are endless.
With new scholarships available, even more students have the opportunity to benefit from a STAC education.
As both students and athletes, we receive the tools to achieve in sports and in the classroom.
If you're looking for that next step, if you're looking for a place to grow, then STAC is definitely the right choice for you.
Hi, my name is Ariel Rodriguez and I'm a senior at the college. I'm an education major for grades 1 through 6 with a math concentration. I am a member of the women's field hockey team as well as the women's lacrosse team. Thanks to the generous donors, I was given the opportunity to play both of my sports as well as focus on my academics.
Hello, my name is Samantha Bazile. I'm the Director of Admissions here at St. Thomas Aquinas College, and I'm also the Executive Liaison for Social Justice and Equity. Since being Director in 2016, I've admitted thousands of students, freshmen, transfers, and graduate students. In my time as Director, I've worked with students and parents to choose STAC and help them figure out why STAC is the best fit for them. In that time, we've noticed that affordability and accessibility has always been a challenge that we've been more than happy to help them with. Last year, I worked with Elio Nexus Lopez, a freshman student who was interested in athletics as well as engineering. Since his time being here, he's also been involved in organization clubs as well as social justice and equity meetings. In my time in getting to know him through the admissions process as well as his parents, I was able to help him figure out why STAC was a great fit for him. Throughout the years, me and my team have been able to help families do the same, and we're so excited to keep doing the same. Social justice and equity here at St. Thomas Aquinas College has been a new initiative that we're more than happy to get started with our students, and we have a great future leading ahead for our students as well as the community involved in helping us make sure that we're doing what's right for the college and also the community. I'd like to pass it over to my colleague, Joanne Sullivan.
Thank you, Sam. I have the great honor of serving as Financial Aid Director here at STAC. In that role, I administer and oversee critical funding in the forms of loans, grants, and scholarships for our students. Myself and the entire financial aid team take great care and recognize the importance of utilizing all those funding options so that we can put forth the best financial aid packages that we possibly can for our students. Knowing that these offers open doors to our students for a great educational experience, it helps them gain confidence and it helps them grow into caring and productive members of our community and even outside of our campus. We have over 100 scholarships here available at St. Thomas, and thanks to benefactors who truly care about the lives of our students. I can attest that you truly make a difference in the lives of our students. Just last week, we were able to provide some much needed funding to one student from a single parent home whose parent is also on active duty. And thanks to you, they'll be able to continue their education here at STAC. So Sam, I too want to thank all of our benefactors. Your support truly makes a difference in the lives of our students, and it gives them the opportunity to concentrate on the studies that they're having without any fear of financial barriers. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Matthew Johnson. I'm a senior at St. Thomas Aquinas College. I'm a marketing major. I play on the baseball team. And I'd really like to give a special thank you to all the donors of the President's Scholarship. The President's Scholarship has allowed me to succeed on the field and also succeed in the classroom. So again, thank you so much for your generosity, and I hope that you can continue to do this.
Hello, my name is Garvin Sheen Nicholas, class of 2014 and 2020 Hall of Famer. I am so delighted to be part of the first President Scholarship Celebration. When I heard about an event to show gratitude to our donors and highlight our scholarship recipients, I was so excited to be part of it. I was once one of those scholarship recipients. I know firsthand what it's like to feel ambitious and feel like you're destined for greater things, and knowing that the financial burden and the financial roadblock has been lifted for you. I also know what it's like to be an immigrant with limited financial aid, and thanks to scholarship, that burden also has been lifted for you. I'm a Haitian native, and I moved to the United States when I was 12 years old. I graduated from Midwood High School in Brooklyn as a student athlete, and I remember vividly on the day I received my STAC acceptance letter. It was a great day for me and for my family as well. But it also came with the reality of how expensive a college tuition would be. So 2 weeks later, when I received that scholarship package, it was one of the greatest days of my life, not only for me, but for my parents as well. I attended STAC in 2010. I was part of the cross-country team and the track and field team. I was also an RA on campus, also part of the business club. My time at STAC was very memorable. I have some of my funnest memories and closest friends from STAC. I graduated from STAC in 2014, and after I graduated, I moved on to work for two of the most respected banks in the world, JP Morgan Chase and Bank of America. In 2017, I also founded my own foundation, the Synergy Today Foundation, which is focused on volunteer management, inspiring young individuals to give back to their community. We operate in Brooklyn, New York City, and Gambia, Africa. It was important for me to invest in those in need, just like STAC invested in me. From 2017 till today, we have provided scholarship and school supplies for over 300 kids. In 2019, as a way to give back to our immigrants, I released my first book, Immigrants, America's Ghostwriters. Today, I'm a project management professional, an author, an entrepreneur with businesses in New York City and Haiti as well. I say all this for two reasons. First, I am a product of the generosity of our donors, and second, to our scholarship recipients, we the STAC community believe in you. We know that you are destined for greatness. Thank you to all who support STAC. It's kindness like yours that keep us Spartan strong. Go Spartan.
Hi, I am Ben Wagner. I am an associate professor of psychology here at STAC, and I have been here for almost 8 years at this point. And one of the things that I will say that is the most rewarding for me as a full-time faculty member here is seeing students who haven't necessarily had the most advantages in life. You know, they went to high school in a district that may not be funded particularly well. Maybe they have a chaotic home life, or they've got, you know, some other challenges that they're dealing with, and they come to us and they really blossom, and they really are able to achieve amazing things because of the support that we're able to give them. Both the in-person, you know, caring attitude that the faculty and staff have here, but also financial support, because honestly, college education isn't free in this country, and a lot of these folks, they need a little bit of support to make it possible for them to get the kind of individualized attention that we're able to give them here. So I would say having the opportunity to be a part of that and to get to know these folks and to see them as they progress and as they grow is one of the most rewarding things about my career, and something I'm thankful for every day. So one of my favorite stories is a student who I've really become very close to over the last 2 years. I had her for the first time in spring of 2019, I guess it was, and she was always a really good student, really dedicated, asked a lot of questions, participated in class, just the type of person that you want in your class as an instructor, as a professor. And she came up to me after her final exam, after she turned it in, and she was crying. And I thought maybe she was crying because she thought that she had done poorly, or that maybe she was crying, I don't know, maybe she was gonna like really miss being in the class or something, I don't know. But she told me the reason she was crying was that she didn't think she'd be able to come back. And through a conversation that I later had with her, I found out that part of the reason is that she's an international student, and a lot of the aid that is available to our citizen students was not available to her. So I immediately emailed my dean, I emailed some coaches in athletic affairs, and we spoke to financial aid, and we looked into ways that we could get her the support, the financial support that she needed so that she could stay. And I'm happy to say, 2 years later, she is still in my classes, she's still doing awesome, and she's enriching the experience for all the other students in the classes because she's bringing that international perspective that really just brightens the conversation and brings a different perspective.
Hi, my name is George Nkrumah. I'm a senior here at STAC. I major in art therapy and communication arts. I want to say thank you to our STAC donors for donating our scholarships to make our dreams possible. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Aisha Burnett, and I'm an international student here at St. Thomas Aquinas College from New Zealand. I'm currently majoring in accounting with a minor in economics and plan to stay for my MBA. I have received an athletic and academic scholarship to play tennis here at STAC. This has allowed me to travel to New York, such an amazing place, and I'd like to thank the donors for this opportunity.
Hi, my name is Dr. Megan Mihal, and I'm a professor of economics here at the college. I've been here at St. Thomas Aquinas College for 12 years, and it's been a privilege of mine to really get to know my students. One of the best opportunities I've had has been mentoring students through the College Fed Challenge, which is a national competition sponsored by the Federal Reserve System here in the United States. Through the generosity of our donors here at the college, we've had the opportunity to travel to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York to participate in this competition. We are competing against colleges from all across the tri-state area. And last year, during 2019, we actually made the semifinals and earned an honorable mention. This would not have been possible without the generous donors in providing opportunities through scholarships and through the opportunity to travel. So thank you, donors. Thank you for this opportunity for our students. Without your generosity, our students would not have these amazing experiences to reflect upon when they speak about STAC in the public community, when they go on their job interviews and land at places like Bloomberg or the Fed itself. So thank you once again for everything, and continue to support St. Thomas Aquinas College.
My name is Mark Keegan. I am a junior here at St. Thomas Aquinas College and a communication arts major. I have been fortunate enough to receive an academic scholarship here at STAC while also being accepted into the Aquinas Leaders Program. My family and I, when we found out that I was accepted here at STAC with such a beneficial program and scholarship combination, we were filled with so much joy knowing I could go to a college that's so close to my home with such a great financial support system. Lastly, I would like to thank all of our donors of the STAC community for your support.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining us, and I really hope you enjoyed the show. You know, you heard from donors, you heard from trustees, you heard from students, most importantly, the impact of scholarships it has on their lives and how important it is for them to get an education at STAC. And so please do consider impacting one life, one student, by donating to the school 2 scholarships. Change someone's life forever with a STAC education. So thank you very much.
Thank you for all your support. We appreciate it.
My name is Sister Peggy Scarano, a Dominican sister of Sparkhill, the founders of St. Thomas Aquinas College. Named in honor of a Dominican friar, philosopher, Catholic priest, and doctor of the Church, since 1952, STAC has been committed to its motto, to enlighten the mind through truth. The administration, faculty, staff, and Board of Trustees are dedicated to the development of each student and appreciates the value of learning as a lifelong endeavor. These goals are achieved because of you and your ongoing support. Therefore, we would like to end this program by offering an ancient prayer that has all the markings of the great Dominican heritage upon which St. Thomas Aquinas College was founded. And so, let us pray. May God the Father bless you. May God the Son heal you. May God the Holy Spirit enlighten you and give you eyes to see with, ears to hear with, hands to do the work of God with, feet to walk with, a voice to preach the word of salvation with, and may the angel of peace watch over you. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
What does it mean to be a Spartan? A Spartan is a person of great courage and discipline. A Spartan is wise and resourceful. A Spartan is strong and a part of an army. STAC is the home of character, ideas, and success, providing an education that ignites the spark from within to achieve together. St. Thomas Aquinas College. Become a Spartan today.